Hey everybody, welcome back. We have the second of our 3 meals from Blue Apron this weekend. This one is what we were really looking forward to. It's the one that was featured on Top Chef as a quickfire challenge. It's the Ginger-Marinated Grassfed Steaks. We also received for this, which I mentioned in the unboxing, a substitute. This is a card that they put in sometimes when, since they try and outsource or farm fresh some of the ingredients. Some of them aren't available, so they'll give you a substitute. And they have substituted the old ingredient was the ponzu sauce, and the new ingredient is the soy marinade. So they've changed it ever so slightly. Hopefully it will be just as delicious. So come on in, let's get started. We've been really looking forward to this meal, so let's get rolling. Come on in. I've already laid out all of our ingredients. I put some water in the pot because we have some jasmine rice. So just to go over some of the ingredients for this meal, we have the grass-fed steaks. We have the baby bok choy. We have some radishes. We have some mushrooms. We have the jasmine rice. And as always, we have our knick-knack bag. Like I said, each Blue Apron meal comes with a knick-knack bag, which includes ingredients that you'll need for the meal. Let's see what's in this knick-knack bag. Wow, a lot of good stuff. And also the nutrition facts. Although the nutrition facts seem to be stuck together. I'm not that worried. I was looking forward to this meal, so I'm not that worried about the nutrition facts. You can also find them online if you need. If you ever have an issue with any of the steps that we're talking about or anything, everything is online at Blue Apron's site, including the directions. So in the knick-knack bag, we have soy marinade, some soy sauce, some rice vinegar. Put these here. We have some ginger. I love ginger. We have a shallot. We have some sugar. And this is 1 bird's eye chili pepper. Cool. I'm going to leave that there. And we're going to get started. So let's look at our first steps. That's what the meal's going to look like. Looks delicious. So first step, marinate the steaks. We're going to peel and finely chop the ginger. We're going to place it in a medium bowl, stir in the soy sauce, ponzu sauce, and a drizzle of olive oil. So let's get that rolling. So I'm going to peel the ginger. You can see the ginger here. All you really have to do is take off the ends. So let me peel this quick. Peel and finely chop the ginger. So we peel the ginger, and now I'm going to finely chop it. Tonight I'm joined in the kitchen by my lovely wife.
Hi everyone.
We're both looking forward to this. We're big fans of Top Chef. Not like I am a Top Chef. I am the furthest thing from a Top Chef. But we enjoy cooking nonetheless. And we're finally chopping the ginger. I can already smell the ginger. It smells awesome. This one's got a lot of good ingredients. Place this in our medium bowl. So I have a medium bowl available already. So I'm going to put the finely chopped ginger in the medium bowl. Ginger smells so good. So here's our soy sauce. So I'm going to stir this in. There's the soy sauce. And stir in soy sauce, ponzu sauce. So what did they substitute again for the ponzu sauce? Soy marinade. Soy marinade. Instead of the ponzu sauce, we're going to do the soy marinade per their substitution. So let's put this in. And this gets all the soy marinade? Yes. And we're going to need a drizzle of olive oil. We're going to wind up marinating our steaks. Excuse me. We're going to wind up marinating our steaks in this sauce. Drizzle of olive oil. And we get a spoon. We're going to mix this up. actually doesn't look like a lot of marinade, does it? Did I miss a step? No, right? Cool. So what we're going to do, the normal with the steaks, we're going to open them up, we're going to pat them dry, and then we're going to season with salt and pepper on both sides, and then we're going to place them in the bowl with the marinade. We're going to turn to coat and set aside to marinate, turning occasionally for about 10 minutes or so. Some salt they're seasoned with, whoops, and a little pepper. Let's get them now into our seasoning. I'm going to get them coated on both sides. It's a big steak. A little fatty in spots. Take that off. I'm not a big fan of that. Get this seasoned on both sides as well. Get this one in there. It actually does. There is plenty of sauce to actually coat them on both sides. Let's get them soaking up the sauce. I'm gonna let them marinate. It's really nice. That soy ginger marinade, and we're gonna let them sit. Okay, while the steaks marinate in a medium pot, combine the rice, a big pinch of salt, and 1.5 cups of water. I've already got 1.5 cups of water and a big pinch of salt in there. So I'm just going to put the rice in, and we have our jasmine rice. Give it a mix. Everything is nicely combined. And heat to boiling on high. Once boiling, cover and reduce heat, and we're going to go 12 to 14 minutes once boiling. So we're going to let that boil, and we're going to move on to our next step. Start rinsing this stuff off. And the mushrooms. Let's give it a quick rinse. Let that sit and we'll get started. So, quarter the mushrooms. Ingredient dishes that we have. I always mention in all my videos. They're a good investment if you do enjoy cooking. Okay, what's next? We're going to peel and thinly slice the shallot. So I'm going to take my ends off. And shallot I'm about to slice, but we're going to actually, the water is on boiling, so we're going to cover it. We're going to set a timer for 14 minutes. And we're going to set the heat to low. Lower that. Now let's go back. We're going to thinly slice our shallot. Probably should have watched the episode again that they had the Quickfire on from Top Chef to see how it was expertly prepared, but it looks like I'm expertly preparing it now. Looks good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's enough, right, or more?
That's not bad.
Save the extra for another night. Put the shallots. They're a little thicker than I would have liked, but that's okay. And that's done. It's off our knife. And what is the next step? We're gonna cut off and discard the root end of the bok choy. Root end of the bok choy. And what are we gonna do now? We roughly chop the bok choy. Good, good. So let's roughly chop it. Bit there. Give it a rough chop. How's that look? Good. Bok choy in an ingredient bowl. Break one or two of those up. Ooh. A lot of bok choy tonight. Get that going. Cool. Looks good. It's my hands off. And next, what are we going to do with the radishes? We're going to cut off and discard the ends of the radishes. And then we're going to cut off and discard the ends of the radishes, thinly slice into rounds, place in a bowl, top with half the vinegar, and we're going to season with salt and pepper. So cut off the ends of the radishes first. Into rounds. That is a round. So let's get this thinly sliced. While I'm cutting, I wanted to mention as well that we actually do pay for these. This isn't a sponsored Blue Apron thing. Just some of the people on the channel have been asking about it. They know we use it, so that's why we're making these videos. But we do pay for this each week, or the weeks we use it. We also didn't mention in the unboxing that we give you a bunch of different meals to choose from, and you pick what you want. So we got 3 this week, but if we wanted to, you can get a minimum of 2 meals. We also got it for 2 people. And you can get it for 3 people if you wanted to, as well, 4 people if you wanted to as well. But you pick the 3 meals you want. They give you a bunch of choices, some vegetarian choices, and some other different choices. There's always proteins, a fish, a steak, a chicken, and some other interesting meats and different choices that they give you. But they do give you a lot of variety and a lot of options. Half the vinegar. See where we are. I usually just put my finger like that and we eyeball it. So we're going to put half the vinegar in. Perfect. And season with salt and pepper. A bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. Season salt and pepper set aside to marinate. We're going to stir this occasionally. Just give it a little stir. We're going to let that sit to marinate. Looks good. Leave that to marinate. And what is our next step? We're going to cut off and discard. Where's our little pepper? There you are, little fella. Hello, I'm a pepper. Okay, we're gonna cut off and discard the stem end of the pepper, and we're gonna thinly slice crosswise. I wonder if this is hot. Does it say it's hot? For a mild dish, remove and discard the seeds first. Let me take the seeds out, because as you know from watching our videos, my wife does not like super hot food, so I'm just gonna discard some of these seeds. Right back over the garbage. So I've removed all the seeds. Basically over the garbage, I just took the knife and went like that to the pepper. And thinly slice this. careful with peppers when you slice them not to touch your eyes or near your eyes, because if the pepper is hot, you're going to burn. Wash that in hands quick. In case it is a hot pepper. And what do we do with that? Thinly slice. Okay, thoroughly wash your hands, knife, and cutting board. Actually, they tell you that as well. So we're going to cook the vegetables. Our rice is still going. In a medium pan, we're going to heat 2 teaspoons of olive oil on medium-high until hot, and then we're going to add the quartered mushrooms in an even layer. We're going to cook without stirring for 2 to 3 minutes. That's good. Get that going. And we're going to cook up the mushrooms now. Just move the oil around. Let it get hot till it's at a nice shimmer. And we're going to put the mushrooms in. We're going to put the mushrooms into the pan. Hear that little sizzle that we like to hear. And we're going to do an even layer. We got an even layer there. We're going to let them sit for, looks good, for 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. And in the meantime, what else do we need to do? I flipped, and our steaks are still marinating, so I flipped them again. Just keep them marinating with those juices on top. Like that. Our mushrooms are doing well. We got a minute left on our mushrooms. So now we're going to put in the pan our sliced shallot. We have our sliced shallot, our bok choy, all those good ingredients in there. We don't want to miss anything. And as much as the pepper, sliced pepper as you like, can I put it all in? Looks good. We de-seeded it, so it shouldn't be as hot and spicy as it is. I'm going to give that a stir, and this is going to go for 2 to 3 minutes, and we're going to stir frequently. So I'm going to reset my timer for 2 minutes. I'm going to keep this stirring up. Our radishes, they're marinating, remember, so I'm just going to give them another toss in the marinade. That's going to be like a cool salad on top of it. It looks delicious. This smells absolutely delicious, I must say. Love the way shallots cook up, mushrooms and the bok choy. Looks really good. Very fragrant, smells delicious. Hoping this meal lives up to the hype of being the Quickfire winner of Top Chef. I have my bowl ready, and I also have the aluminum foil ready. In the mid-steps where we cook, I try and do other things where possible. After we're done with this, we're also going to then start the steak. Our rice is ready, so I'm going to quickly take a fork, and I'm going to fluff the rice and see. Yep, the rice is done. So I'm going to turn the heat off on my rice. I'm going to fluff the rice. Turn off the heat, fluff with the fork, and we're going to cover that to keep it warm. Rice looks good. Good. This should be ready. It is. I'm going to shut my heat off temporarily. The last stir. And again, we're going to put this. Vegetables look great. What do you think? Look good. So we're going to put this in a bowl. And we're going to cover it with aluminum foil while our steaks cook. That's good. Aluminum foil. Covered and ready to go. Wipe it down quick with a paper towel. Get it back on medium-high heat. And I think we're going to cook our steaks for yours. 2 teaspoons of olive oil. We're going to get some more olive oil in there. Let the olive oil get hot. We're going to add the marinated steaks. We're going to cook, turning occasionally 7 to 9 minutes for medium rare. Let is get the last bit of the marinade. The ginger smells delicious. That's good. I'm gonna put our steaks in. There's that sizzle we always hope to hear. And I had the oil high and in the right temperature. Put the steaks in. Ooh, hot. I love ginger, so get that little bit of ginger, get off there. There you go. And quick. I'm gonna set, what did I say, 7 to 9 minutes. Let's go for 8 minutes. I'm going to cook turning occasionally. That's good. Over here, I keep this one. This is our meat cutting board, so I'm going to leave it and just have it ready. And where's my knife for later? Let's do this. Is that nice to cook the steak? In about 2 minutes, I'll give it a flip. Like that for a minute. Our steaks are cooking. Again, these are skirt steaks. When we ordered it, I actually didn't realize they're skirt steaks. I'm hoping they're good. Usually, personally, I'm not a big fan of skirt steaks. It could be a little chewy. Hopefully, these are delicious. We'll give it another minute, and then we'll flip it again. They are cooking up nice. They look nice. There we go. Starting to get golden brown. Nice sear to them. Oh, that looks good. I actually have a meat thermometer. The Weber one, I usually use it on the barbecue, but it works well inside. You basically just stab it into the meat, and it'll give you the temperature. I always use this when cooking steak to try and get them more accurate. We're at 119 degrees. Leave it over there for a minute, make sure it stays. 125. Medium is about 142 degrees. $133 degrees. 141, so this one is actually ready. That one is just a tad thicker, so I'm going to put this on my board to rest. And actually, I think this one's ready too. Take this out, and we're going to leave these both on our cutting board to rest. Here's a slight thing. We actually, if you notice when we put the steaks in the pan, we were supposed to have some reserve marinade, but we actually don't have any marinade reserves. So maybe the sauce may be a little off, but we're supposed to add we're going to make a sauce now. So to reserve fond, which is the bits in the pan, we're going to add the marinade, which we don't have. We're out of sugar and a 1/4 cup of water. So I actually missed a step. Sometimes we do it. That's why they tell you to read the directions in advance. I did, but you're actually supposed to put the rest of the vinegar in with the vegetables and then give it a quick stir. So I'm just going to do that in the meantime. So we did that. I'm going to let that sit. So we're going to skip the last step because we just have sugar and water and we don't have any marinade left. So we're going to skip the last bit of making that sauce that we were hoping to have. Let me shut that off, that off, that off. So we're going to give it a minute for our steaks to rest, then we're going to slice them and plate it. So we actually missed a couple steps on here, a couple issues with preparing the meal. Again, the marinade, we didn't have enough marinade left over after, so once I put the steaks in there, the steaks had actually absorbed all the marinade, and we had no marinade left for the last step. And on the last step, you're supposed to make the sauce. So we couldn't do that because it's just sugar and water and marinade. So since we have no marinade left, just sugar and water, we skip that step because there's no point to just cook sugar and water. So we're gonna let the steaks rest for another minute. We'll slice them and then get it plated, and see how it tastes. So I'm just gonna slice my steak. You wanna find the grains of the steak, which sometimes is hard. You can see the grains here. So I'm gonna slice across the grains. And hopefully these will come out delicious. Looks pretty well cooked. Again, this is a skirt steak. So we're gonna plate the dish. I'm a little disappointed that our sauce, we were unable to make the sauce because we didn't have enough marinade. It could be because of the substitution, I'm not 100% sure. So let's see how they plate this dish. Some rice. Bok choy, mushrooms, shallots. We're going to top with some of the radishes on top of the rice. What do you think? That's their picture. Came out pretty close. Normally you'd also top with the sauce. Again, we were unable to make the sauce. So let's get a taste and tell you what we think. So we're ready to taste. It came out looking pretty good. Again, we were really disappointed that there wasn't enough marinade to make the sauce, so we had to skip the sauce. I like a little sauce on top, which we're missing, so I'm a little disappointed. But here is our marinated grass-fed steaks. Again, featured ginger-marinated grass-fed steaks, which was the Quickfire on Top Chef. And let's give everything a taste and tell you what we think. So I'm gonna try the vegetables first. The vegetables are really good. They have a kick. So I'm happy with the vegetables. I know my wife will not be because I can feel the heat from that full pepper, if you remember. That's spicy, but it's good. So let's try the steak. Hopefully we'll get that ginger flavor coming through. It's very good. I can taste the ginger flavor, the marinade. Again, my only issue with the steaks is that it's a skirt steak and it's a little chewy. Maybe just take another taste. Good. I'm gonna taste some of the radishes with the rice, which are good as well. So does this meal live up to the hype from being a Quickfire Challenge winner on Top Chef? Probably not. I'm a little disappointed. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Any comments or questions, please post them in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe. We have a lot of other great videos coming, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy the meal.